Yeah, that's right, we're back with another video. And today I'm pretty excited because I'm here in sunny Glasgow. I travelled up here on the plane and I was thinking of bringing my skateboard with me, but unfortunately it was a fair bit of cash to pop it in the hold and I didn't want to get caught up trying to get my luggage off the carousel. So I rang ahead to the loading bay in Glasgow, which is a skate park here, to see if they had a board I could borrow. Now, I've never skated anybody else's skateboard. I sort of have meticulously put together my current setup with all the bits that I think I like. And I think skateboarders fall into a couple of categories. There's the ultra talented skateboarders that can hop on any skateboard and make it work. And I've spoken to a few of the local rippers and they don't really have any idea of what they're riding in terms of dimensions. The other category is the one that I fall into, where I'm just obsessed with all the dimensions. I know the wheelbase that I want, I know the size and all the components. So my current setup is a 9-inch 7-ply Andy Anderson deck. It's got a 15-inch wheelbase. I ride the 159 hollow Indy trucks, and then I've got 58mm OG Classic 99A Spitfire wheels. So you see there's a fair bit of jargon tucked away there. Now I think this inspires confidence in me, and I've assembled that skateboard to give me confidence and no excuses, so it can't be the board's fault. So today I'm quite interested to answer the question as to whether the setup makes that much difference. I've got no idea what they're going to present to me at the loading bay, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of seeing if I can get some of my usual tricks going. Now the loading bay's got loads of great skate obstacles. The main bit is a street course made out of the loading bay, hence the name, the loading bay. There's also a really nice little micro ramp, but the main event for me is the massive bowl. And last time I was here, I had a lovely time tearing round it. Unfortunately, last time out, I was in the same predicament of traveling up on a plane. So that time I opted to try and bring my skateboard, but didn't really have enough space for all of my protective gear. So I was a bit compromised. So this time I've packed my protective gear. I'm gonna rent a helmet and also use the rental skateboard. Anyway, enough of my yakking. Let's get inside and see what's cooking.
So you're looking for some hire?
Yeah, what we got?
So we've got, these are hire boards here, 8.5, some nice trucks on them, man. These will get you going, and we've got a helmet there that should fit you like a glove.
So we're in and sorted. I've got my deck. I think it's an 8.5, which is considerably smaller than my usual deck. It's got Venture trucks on it, which I've never tried before, but I'm assured they're pretty good. Got 51mm wheels that are 101A Durameter, so those are wildly different than my 58mm. And the contact patch seems to be a lot smaller, so who knows how these are going to operate. Usual grip tape job, and I've got my hire helmet. So I think I might have a quick warm up, see how she feels on the flat ground, and then over to the micro ramp, see if I can get a few little tricks going. Okay, so first drop in, just got to work out which way around this guy goes. This is a super small ramp, and it feels like a pretty small board. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Everything's happening super quick. Whoa! Oh, crikey. Oh, it doesn't feel too bad. First run, it's definitely feeling different. Yeah, feels like I'm on a little toothpick of a board, and because the transition is so small, I've got an awful lot of time to work it out, but yeah. See if I can get a few other tricks first try. Yeah, it's not feeling too bad. The wheels feel like wheels, not too slidey. They're 101s on the wood. I would usually favour 97 or 99s, but they seem to be gripping fine. The trucks feel like trucks. The only thing is this deck just looks slightly different to my eyes, but I reckon I'm going to get used to it. Now my trucks are super broken in, and I love the big groove for locking in on the coping. So I'm going to see how a 50-50 grind feels with these trucks. See how we get on. Oh yeah, not bad. I can't tell you how small this ramp is. It's absolutely comedy. Well, early impressions are everything's working pretty okay. I don't think it's quite as optimal as my usual setup, but I'm having a lot of fun. And I think skateboarding on a new setup that I'm not familiar with has lowered my expectations for the session, and that is boosting the stoke. Because every time I get a sneaky little trick back in the bag on a smaller board, get that little, oh, yeah, here we go. Everything's starting to go quite well. Oh my goodness, I've lost my way right half cab. Woo! Oh, yeah, I'm starting to get used to the board now, and it's sort of a little bit better for certain things. It certainly whips around a bit quicker than the big 9-inch with the big wheels on it. I managed to get away with blue murder on one of those turns because it sort of saved me a little bit. I think for the bowl I might need to loosen the trucks a touch, but it's working perfectly in the mini ramp. So I'm going to do a couple more things. I want to just get the nose pivot fakie rock in the bag. That's one of my go-tos. Managed to get the front side axle stall and the fakie front Smith, which are also go-to ones. I'm wondering whether I should go for a little river dance because this is such a small transition. I don't want to write myself off for the main event, which is the bowl though, so do another run, see what happens. Well, that's feeling pretty nice now, I have to say. So is it feeling any worse or any better than my usual setup? And I have to say, things are going pretty much how they usually go, certainly not any worse. So that is encouraging. Could it be that the setup doesn't really make too much difference? I think as I gain in confidence on this, I'm going to be absolutely okay. But the acid test is in the bowl. Will it go around the bowl? How will these wheels work on the wood? There's only one way to find out. The thing I love about this bowl is it is so long, and there's so much opportunity to get speed up. So I'm going to give the bowl a quick sweep out, give me the best opportunity to get some grippage. Okay, so it's a bit of a struggle to get this whole bowl in shot. First mission is to have a carve around, see if I can get up a bit of speed. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to make sure I keep my knees bent, don't do any jerky movements. I am sceptical of the amount of grip. I've used 101s on wood before. Hasn't worked so well. So I think if I just tailor my riding style to first of all getting round, that'll build the confidence. Hopefully the muscles will adjust and we'll be good to go. Oh man alive, that is so fast, so fun, getting a bit of a sweat on. Yeah, pumping over those hips is quite scary. Now I've got the confidence. This setup actually works a treat. It's not feeling massively different to my normal setup. All right, see if I can get that pocket front side. Pump down this hip, should be able to get up on the 50 grind. Oh, That's the line. So it locks straight in. I just need a bit more speed, I think. At 50-50 grind felt ace. Managed to get a sneaky rock fake in. Oh my gosh, this board is tickety boo. 50. Whoa! Managed to completely fluff this calf. Turned way too tight and the wheels were stuck there absolutely lovely. Oh crikey, my legs are burning. All right, sweat on. This bowl is so fun. I think all the transitions are set so nicely and all of the corners link up so well with the hips. You can just get so much speed. I might go for an afterburner run, see how fast I can go in a minute. Just want to see if I can get this 50-50 grind dialed in. Coming in for the 50. Oh, he wasn't fully locked in because of the old truck, so we'll take it. Right, slide in the deep. Into this pocket. And get a fly out, my legs are absolutely burning. Woo. Okay, this board's not really set up with carving in mind, so it might be quite fun to see if I can get a few carved grinds. Woo. Woo. To finish up, I'm going to see how this board performs in the bigger mini ramp, see if I can get a few sneaky tricks going. Oh, rock fakie feels a bit strange because this board hasn't got the rails on it, my other board does, and it adds a bit of stability, but I like the sound of it on the coping. Go for an axle stall. Oh, it feels okay. The rock fakie. See if I can go for a fakie front side. Whoa! Oh, yeah, it feels really good. Everything was in order. Yeah, this board definitely feels more responsive. Definitely can fling it round a little bit more. See if I can get a fakie rock with the no rails. Didn't get nose pivot fakie rock. Whoa! Okay, that's it for this video. So in conclusion, I had a lovely old time riding this rental setup. I had absolutely no idea what all the bits were when I set sail. I've since looked them up, and this is an 8.5 Enjoy deck, and it's got the Venture 149 trucks on it and the 52mm 101 Durameter wheels. And I think the most important thing about this setup for me was the wheelbase is 14.75 inches, which is not a million miles away from the 15-inch wheelbase that I favour. And I think that's probably the most important factor, because I could really make this board work, and after a while it felt pretty routine. It was really fun to pump around on. I didn't really feel that it was holding me back speed-wise. I think the 58mm wheels that I'm used to would definitely be a little bit faster. The trucks locked in absolutely fine, but I did find they skittered around a little bit if my technique wasn't perfect. I think with my broken in trucks, I can get away with a little bit more poor technique. And the small wheels locked in okay, but again, I found they could just skip out and if my technique wasn't absolutely spot on. I managed to do all the tricks that I usually do pretty much first try, and that is unusual because I usually have to rev up to a few things. And most importantly and most surprisingly, I didn't come a cropper. There were no emotional dismounts. And that is very rare. I usually find a way to go absolutely flying at some point. So overall surprising, I think the conclusion is that the setup doesn't matter half as much as I thought it might. I've definitely spent too much time obsessing over my setup. And you might be asking the question, are you going to buy an 8.5 deck? And I think the answer is, I may well do. It definitely works on the smaller mini ramp. And I do like the idea of the shape deck and the way it feels, but that 9-inch Andy Anderson is definitely starting to feel quite big. And I felt I could really toss this around a little bit more. It was a little bit more responsive. And that allowed me to get away with a few little things that might have ended in tears on the bigger deck. Okay, enough of my yakking. I'd like to hear your thoughts on setups in the comments below. Maybe share your favourite setup and whether you think changing setups has made a huge difference or not. This also might inspire you to give a brand new setup that's wildly different to what you usually ride a go. This is pretty much juxtaposed to what I usually ride. It's a popsicle, it's a lot narrower, it's got the small wheels, it's got a totally different brand of everything. So I was really outside my comfort zone. That lowered my expectations and that raised the stoke when I got a few things going. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram at John Bishop Skate. As ever, my name's been John Bishop, and I'm a middle-aged guy learning how to skate.